Have a good day, everyone. I am Cristel Bangona Fumagi.
And I am Michelle Gonzalez Fumagi from BE3 and from Roneline's group. So, our topic for today is all about approaches about school curriculum.
At the end of this topic, the learners will be describe the different approaches to school curriculum, explain by examples how the approaches clarify the definition of curriculum, and reflect on how the three approaches interrelate with each other.
So, did you ever wonder what is curriculum? When we say curriculum, curriculum is a standard-based sequence of planned experiences where the student practice and achieve proficiency in content and applied learning skills. Curriculum must include the necessary goals, method, materials, and assessments to effective support instruction and learning.
There are three ways of approaching a curriculum. First, curriculum as a content. Second, curriculum as a process. And the last, curriculum as a product.
In curriculum as a content, it includes the following. Number 1, curriculum as a content or body of knowledge. Number 2, ways of presenting the content in curriculum. And number 3, criteria in selection of content, which are the significance, validity, utility, learnability, feasibility, and interest. And in curriculum as a content, they have also guiding in the selection of the content in curriculum and also a basic principle of curriculum content.
When we say curriculum as a content or body of knowledge, its focus will be the body of knowledge to be transmitted to student using appropriate teaching method. It also the likelihood of teaching will be limited to acquisition.
Now let's proceed in ways of presenting the content curriculum. In this case, they have 4 ways, which is the topical approach, concept approach, thematic approach, and modular approach. So, what is topical approach? When we say topical approach, the content is based on knowledge and experience are included. The second one is concept approach, with the fewer topics in cluster among major and sub-concepts and their interaction, with relatedness emphasized.
The third one is thematic approach. It is combination of concepts that develop conceptual structures. And the last is modular approach. It is leads to complete unit of instruction. Based on our perception, the most useful in presenting the content in the curriculum is the topical approach, because in this approach, the curriculum maker takes a particular topic as a central theme at various instruction and concept. A specific topic is started in a particular class and finished in the same class. A topic is a comprehensive collection of materials of a specific topic of the particular subject.
Then let's proceed in criteria in a selection of content by Schaeffer 1970 in Bilbao et al. 2009. In this case, they have 6 criteria in selection of content. First is significance, validity, utility, learnability, feasibility, and interest.
Did you know what is significance in selecting a content? In these contents, significance should contribute to the ideas, concepts, principles, and generation that should attain the overall purpose of the curriculum. The subject matter or content is significant if it is selected and organized for the development of learning activities, skills, processes, and attitude. It also develops the 3 domains of learning, namely the cognitive, affective, and psychomotor skills, and considers the cultural aspect of the learners. Particularly, if your student come from different cultural backgrounds and races, the subject matter must be culture sensitive. In short, select a content or subject matter that can achieve the overall aim of the curriculum.
The next one is validity. Authenticity of the subject matter forms its validity. For example, do not include typewriting as a skill to be learned by college students. It should be about the computer or information technology. There is a need for validity check and verification at a regular interval because content may not continue to be valid. In a modern curriculum, experts are after current trends, relevance, and authenticity of the curriculum. Otherwise, your school or country will be left behind.
Next one is utility. Another criterion is the usefulness of the content or subject matter. Students think that a subject matter or some subject are not important to them. They view it useless. As a result, they don't study. Here are the questions that the student often asks. Will I need the subject in my job? Will it give meaning to my life? Will it develop my potentials? Will it solve my problem? Will it be part of the test? Will I have a passing mark if I learn it? Students only value the subject matter or content if it is useful to them.
Next one is learnability. The complex of the content must be within the range of the learners. It should be within their experience. Teachers should apply theories on psychology of learning in order to know how subjects are presented, sequenced, and organized to maximize the learning capacity of the students.
Next is feasibility. Can the subject be learned within the time allowed, resources available, expertise of the teacher and the nature of the learners? Are the contents of learning which can learn beyond the formal teaching learning engagement? Are there opportunities to learn this? Yes, feasibility, it means that the subject matter can be fully implemented. It should consider the real situation of the school, the government, and the society. In general, students must learn within the allowable time and the use of resources available. Do not give them a topic that is impossible to finish. For example, you have only 1 week to finish the unit, but then the activities may take a month for the student to complete it. This is not feasible.
Next one is interest. Will the learners take interest in the content? What value will the contents have on present and future life of the learners? Interest is one of the driving forces for the student to learn better. This criterion is true to learner-centered curriculum. Students learn best in the subject matter is meaningful to them. It becomes meaningful if they are interested in it, but if the curriculum is subject-centered, the teacher have no choice but to finish the facing schedule religiously and teach only what is it in the book. This may somehow explain why many fail in the subject.
Guide in the selection of the content in the curriculum. It is commonly used in daily life. Appropriate to the maturity levels and ability of the learners. Valuable in meeting the needs and competencies of the future career. Related to other subject fields or discipline for complementation and integration. It is important in transfer of learning to other disciplines.
Let's proceed in basic principles of curriculum content. In 1952, Palma proposed the principle basic as a guide in addressing content in the curriculum. Balance. Content should be fairly distributed in depth and breadth. Articulation as the content complexities progress with the education level, bridging should be provided. Sequencing, the logical arrangement of the content refers to sequences or orders.
Next is integration. Content in the curriculum does not stand alone or in isolation. It has relatedness to the other contents. And last, continuity. Curriculum should continuously flow as it was before to where it is now and where it will be in the future. Now let's proceed the way of approaching a curriculum as a process. What is curriculum approach as a process? Curriculum happens in the classroom as the questions asked by the teachers and learning activities engaged in by the students. The process of the teaching and learning process become the central concern of teaching to emphasize critical thinking, meaning making, and hands-on doing, and many others. There are the ways of teaching, ways of managing the content, guiding learning, methods of teaching and learning, and the strategies of teaching or delivery modes.
When curriculum is approached as a process, guiding principle presented. Curriculum process is the form of teaching methods or strategies are meant to achieve the end. There is no single best process in method. Curriculum should stimulate the learner's desire to develop the cognitive, affective, psychomotor domain in each individual. In the choice of methods, learning and teaching style should be considered.
Every method or process should result to learning outcomes which can be described as cognitive, affective, and psychomotor. Flexibility in the use of process or methods should be considered. Both teaching and learning are the two important processes in the implementation of the curriculum.
Let's proceed in the last but not the least, which is the ways of approaching a curriculum as a product.
What is curriculum as a product? Curriculum as a product is central to the approach is the formulation of behavioral objective stated as intended learning outcomes.
These learned or achieved learning outcomes are demonstrated by the person who has meaningful experiences in the curriculum. All this result of planning, content, and processes in the curriculum.
That's all, guys, and we hope that you have learned something in this topic and you will enjoy our presentation. Have a good day and keep safe.